Alright everybody, so you may have just started playing Emergency Hamburg, and there might be a few things that you still don't know about the game, and that's why I'm going to tell you the top 10 things that beginners shouldn't do in Emergency Hamburg. So these are really useful if you just started playing. These are very important. So, moving on to number 1. First thing that beginners should not do is buy private servers. Now you may be wondering, well, why? I mean, private servers do have benefits, but the cons of private servers heavily outweigh the benefits. So obviously the first con, okay, they're 200 Robux. 200 Robux monthly, not one time, monthly. I need one because, well, I need privacy when recording, but you don't need one, and here's why. Because the rates in which you make money in private servers are axed in like half. Like, they are terrible. It is way better value for you to rob on public servers if that's what you're trying to do on private servers, because yes, you don't have police on private servers trying to stop you robbing, but it's just simply not worth it. For 200 Robux, it is not worth it. I can guarantee you'll make money much quicker on public servers, even though there are police. So that's the first thing that you shouldn't do as a beginner. The second thing is there are some certain guns which you just want to avoid as a beginner because they are a huge waste of money. So let me actually go and show you some examples of these. So I'd expect you're probably aware about the dealers and how they sell all the illegal stuff. So there are certain guns which are much better value than others. So you're gonna want to stay away from extremely expensive stuff like the sniper if you have the Game Pass, the G36, probably the M4 carbine, just basically the really heavy stuff. The Glock, the MP5, and the shotgun are all great value, and they all do lots of damage, and they're very effective. Even better, don't get a gun, just get a metal bat. I mean, this thing is crazy OP. This thing does a lot of damage. You can kill like police in like 2 or 3 hits with this thing. It's crazy, and it's way cheaper than you might think. Oh, I'm gonna get a G36, but buying those, it drains your money very quickly, so stay away from them. Anyway, the next thing that you shouldn't do as a beginner is to buy certain game passes. There are some game passes in the game which are just not, I just don't recommend. I do have a full video on every single game pass in the game, which I personally ranked myself. Go check that out if you want to. I'll have a link in the description. But here we go. Special operations. If you like police, just stay away from this for now because it's extremely expensive and it's not good for beginners because it doesn't give you many features that you might enjoy. The quad, definitely stay away from that. It's a very bad value car. The things I would go for is crime boss and maybe electric vehicles, but I don't know. Athletes, kind of up to you. You can click on these to see what the descriptions are, and basically it's quite self-explanatory. Athlete, if you don't know, just doubles your stamina, which makes you run a bit faster. So I don't know if it's worth it though. It's very expensive. So yeah, be careful when you're buying game passes. Some game passes just aren't good value, and you should avoid them as a beginner. Look into getting game passes when you have more experience in the game. Anyway, the next thing you shouldn't do as a beginner is buy money. So do not buy money, please don't. Okay, if you go to the bank, oh my god, yeah, if you buy money, you can see how expensive this is. 550,000 euros is 5,000 Robux. That is 50 real dollars or pounds or euros. Okay, it's 50 real money, so it's just not worth it, guys. Seriously, you can make 500,000 in a few days playing this game, just going around farming robberies. Seriously, do not buy it. It's a waste of Robux. Use it for your avatar or something cool like some other games. Just don't. It's of terrible value. You must know that as a beginner. Don't buy money. It's really bad value. Anyway, next thing you shouldn't do as a beginner is buy certain cars. So there are some cars which you may think, oh yeah, that's really good, but actually they're terrible value. So as a beginner, you really want to look out for some certain vehicles because they are just a huge waste of money. So I'm going to show you a few examples of them. So obviously at the dealership is where you buy cars. So if you come to the dealership, there are some very good cars in here, and there are some very bad cars. So if you're just starting out, you're going to get the Wolfsburg handle. There is nothing wrong with this vehicle. I used this for not months, but weeks when I was first playing the game, and it's a very good car. Goes a decent speed and it's free. It's a great car. But The Wolfsburg Discovery, it's not very good. This one, it's not very good either. Basically, avoid all of this stuff. What I would go for, maybe the Stuttgart GMA 63. That's probably the next best option out of these, or possibly the Avantismo S5. It's quite good value for 15k. But then after that, I'd probably go for maybe the A6. Quite a good value, good speed as well. Do not get these little cars here, which are really slow speed for very expensive money. It's not worth it, guys. So yeah, make sure you're getting the correct car for your money. Okay, it's fairly simple. Do some research. I'm gonna have a video out soon on reviewing every single car in the game, so watch out for that if you're interested. Anyway, the next thing is what you shouldn't rob. So there are certain places which you just want to avoid robbing most of the time. If you can, rob them, but there are certain places where you're just going to get arrested and end up losing a lot of stolen money. So I think quite obviously this is the bank to start with. So the bank, yeah, okay, police camp the bank so much, and it's very risky. It's very risky doing the bank. I mean, yeah, personally, literally 9 times out of 10 when I rob the bank in a public server, I get arrested. It's as simple as that. The bank is very high risk. Obviously, it's very high payout. If you're on a public server with like very few police and you can't see any, it might be worth the risk, but you probably just want to stick to maybe the jeweler and then all the fuel stations, tool shop, and also fuel, because and by the way, farm shop, don't miss that one out, pays out a lot of money. So yeah, just make sure you're robbing the right things as a beginner. But anyway, the next thing you want to make sure you're not doing as a beginner is playing on low paying jobs. So some examples of this is the truck company and the bus company. You may enjoy these jobs. If you do play them, do enjoy them, but if you're looking to make the most money possible, the truck company and the bus company are the worst jobs in the game for payments. The best ones, what you want to be looking for, is a high paying police job, fire job, or ADAC. ADAC is a free job and it makes the most money in the game for free with no XP requirements, 1.3x. And if you want even more money, make sure you join the group. That's a quick tip. But yeah, just make sure you're not playing on the really low paying jobs if you want to make the most money possible. Anyway, the next thing you should avoid as a beginner is paying early to unlock job vehicles. So if you don't know, certain jobs like police station, pretty much every job in the game, police being the most obvious, has a feature where you can actually pay Robux to early unlock XP locked vehicles. I'm going to show you an example of this, but basically, obviously some vehicles require a certain amount of XP, and they do offer you the option to pay Robux to actually unlock these early, but this is really bad value, and you're going to get the XP anyway if you're going to play Emergency Hamburg regularly. If you just want the car, go ahead, but it's just not a good value for your Robux. I mean, look at this. This car, okay, Ferdinand 911, yes, it's the most expensive car in the game, but look at this. 6,000 Robux. That's 60 pounds, dollars, euros. That is 60. Okay, I have 20k XP. I haven't been playing for too long, maybe a few months, and that's a good way towards this 120k. So you see that, you see what I mean? Like, it's a very bad value, and you should avoid it. So yeah, the next thing that you shouldn't do as a beginner is you must not get fines on your vehicles. Okay, so when you're driving around, you may notice that you're gonna get fined if you go run red lights, if you speed. Trust me, it adds up. It adds up hugely. I have racked up over probably 150,000 euros from fines. Probably it's a huge hit to my account. Honestly, it's not worth it, guys. If you can, avoid the fines. There's a really good trick for doing this. Basically, you just jump out your vehicle the last second before you run a red light, or you see a speed camera. Just jump out the car, and it will save you from getting fined. And this is a really good trick. Trust me, don't get fined. You lose so much money in the process. I mean, it's crazy, man. I've lost so much. Do not get fines. Try your best. Anyway, the last thing that you shouldn't do as a beginner in Emergency Hamburg is wait for ADAC to come and tow your vehicle. Okay, it is the biggest waste of time in the game possible. Okay, if your car breaks down, all right, just leave and rejoin. It's as simple as that, and your car will be back immediately. Okay, if your car breaks, just leave and rejoin. ADAC, they'll either not show up, or they'll take literally like 10 minutes to come and get your car, unless there's like some really good ADAC players in your game. Just, it's not worth the wait. Just leave and rejoin. Trust me, you'll get bored, okay? So that's my final tip. What you shouldn't do as a beginner, wait for ADAC to come get your broken car. But anyway, hope you enjoyed those 10 tips on what you shouldn't do as a beginner in Emergency Hamburg, all in 10 minutes. So yeah, thank you for watching this video. Drop a like, subscribe if you have found it helpful, and thank you for watching, and goodbye.